The next part is workspace delete, but workspace deletion is not a simple task. Like when you're deleting the workspace, you need to delete all kind of media, webhooks, and whatever will be inside the workspace. Like it will be quite a task. So for the delete, it will be a bit interesting. We will do soft delete. So we need a workspace ID, and at the response, we will give back the workspace ID and the title, which should be given back, but if the workspace was deleted already, it will not give the title back. So it will, these mutate a query I usually do as I'm doing the UI part instead of now. So let's say to create the workspace delete this one. So inside the, let's copy the get. If you notice, I always copying the get because the get is like creating and then you're getting. And if you are updating, you still need to get to see if the update was actually doing some effect. If you are deleting, you need to get eventually still. For the list, you just change to the list and you change these two items and again. So that's why I usually start from the create, then get. The get confirms the create actually creating the stuff and not just responding with whatever the create endpoint is requiring to respond to with. So then I create get, then I create whatever I pick at random, delete, list, or update. Doesn't matter which goes first. So for the delete, I am copying the workspace get again because I will need that. Let's rename that to workspace post delete, and it should not be successful this time. It should be error, and the code should be workspace not found. I do not check the messages inside the test because it's secondary. It's okay to change those. I don't want to bind my test to every single code change. It has to check for the business logic mostly and not every single bit. If we will have some kind of issues, then whatever the bug, that has to be recreated with the test and then you fix the bug. But at the moment, we assume that it's fine. So post delete, it should return this one, and deleted equals await basics decay workspace delete and workspace ID. So let's print that stuff, and we expect that deleted will be workspace ID to be workspace ID, and we also expect to get the title, and title is MySpace. So let's run the test. Of course, it should fail at the moment because the endpoint is not implemented. So let's grab that ID, jump to this, remove this, uncomment this, import this, update this, and this is workspace. So let workspace equals a way to get a workspace model. Now we want to create a soft delete effect. So we will have deleted at, and it will be a timestamp. So we change that to the number. These two are managed by Mongoose, so I'm not touching those, and this one is managed. Every timestamp which I manage, I tend to always work with numbers instead of dates, because I tend to have less issues with numbers. So deleted ads will be number, and it will be optional number, or maybe not. Let's make it not optional, so we would always know that it is there. And the default will be 0. And wait, it's team member, so not this one, this one. We do not need to add that into index because it will just increase the size of the index. and it will not provide much of the value because we always check by website ID and search by title, searching the workspaces like deleted tab is fine. Because eventually it should be deleted by some kind of cron job, which takes care of deleting all the internal parts of the workspace. Alright, so the delete will not be actual delete, it will be updated, and for the updated we can just copy that stuff from there. So like so, everything inside the try. Like so. So workspace, query mongoose update. We are not updating the title, we are updating the deleted at. Deleted at. And deleted at is now, but we just want it now. Here we go. Deleted at millisecond. Let's make those timestamps a bit more precise. Jump back to my edits where we were. Here it is. So update deleted at milliseconds. Alright, update query, workspace, and I don't want to delete which is deleted already. So delete it at 0, and it will try to get the title deleted, start deleted. These were copied, so we have to update those. Workspace not found, soft deleted. Find one and update. Soft deleted. I tend to usually console log those things still, just to check if everything is fine, if I don't miss something. So inside the test, inside the console log, I would still find like everything seems perfect. In this case, I jump back and delete that. So now it should be fine. But it is still returning the get because the get is not does not include deleted flag, so it is still returning workspace post delete, and that's of course an issue. So workspace post delete and workspace list post delete, workspace get post delete. So the list should have data, items, length to be 0. And this one is list. And we do not have workspace ID inside the list. So that one, let's update those two. So in this case, let's update the filter. So deleted at millisecond has to be 0. For the get, same thing for the list. Filter query. Here you go. For the update, same thing. So this one, great, it's fine. Let's run the test. Now everything seems to be working just fine. Delete it. Let's go there and see what is it. This seems correct. Post delete. Workspace not found. That's perfect. And the list should be returning the empty list. So this workspace list will be listing your workspaces where you joined. So this usually should not be a huge list, but it still has preparation last known. Seems fine. and that's workspace delete. So also because it is a workspace, I know that it was used inside the access. So let's try to check session check has workspace. Workspace find one, like so. We can quickly double check if we haven't missed something. So let's find all the places where workspace is actually in use. So it is workspace, 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 and only this one is using outside of workspace endpoints. So again, refresh, and it should be all good still. Not authorized. Oh yeah, because we are trying to get, wait. Yes, we are trying to get the workspace which does not exist. So the correct answer is not authorized. Because either it doesn't exist or we don't have access to that. We do not know. So that is the correct answer, not authorized. Now it's fine. Alright, so that was the workspace delete. Let's commit the codes, push, and mark it as done.